folks listening. This is the first blockchain webinar. I'm the host, Matthew Cendejas. I'm doing this because I want to create a network of people who are just as excited as this new space as I am. The space I'm talking about is blockchain primarily. And of course, along with blockchain comes cryptocurrencies and comes NFTs and comes smart contracts and wallets, and a lot of things are built on this new revolutionary, I think, platform. Blockchain is really, to me, an extension of the internet. So it doesn't seem to be a different thing than the internet. Right now, if you go to OpenSea.io, that .io means you're on the blockchain. So things that are in OpenSea are stored in blocks rather than stored in tables like normal databases. I think that's a good thing to understand about blockchain, that the things are stored in blocks, literal blocks, rather than tables like a big Excel sheet. And the reason why that's so important is because when you store things on a table or like a normal database, a typical database, things can be altered, things can be changed and edited. But when things are stored in blocks, they build onto each other. So when one block is built and smart contracts are put onto it, then it cannot be ever tampered with. Another block comes along and gets put in the chain, and it gets put on top of that other block. And so this data is going block to block to block rather than in a big table. And I hope that kind of makes sense. I think the big thing is blockchain blocks can't be altered, tampered, edited after they've already been created. So what I see in a lot of people on my social media and Twitter and online is that people are diving into blockchain and crypto and NFTs a lot right now. So much so that I think it's important to host these things and see who in my community and who in my network is caring that much about this, to be up at 8 on a Zoom call. So all of you here are either really interested in NFTs, blockchain, crypto, or one of those things. And we are all here for different reasons, maybe either to create art or to invest money and build generational wealth. And I think any reason why you maybe want to listen to this or be here is totally acceptable and awesome. I do ask that we all come to, we all agree, or I agree that I'm going to be wrong about a lot of things. I'm not going to be accurate about everything. And therefore, I'm willing to share everything I've learned, because I know I'm not going to be fully right, but I know that a lot of things I say will be. And I think if we all kind of have that idea that we could be totally wrong, and we could think we're doing things right, but this stuff is so new, and information is coming out every day that could change all the things we know about NFTs or blockchain. So as long as we go into this knowing that, hey, I could be wrong, then I think all of us would even give more input, talk more in the chat, talk more through these webinars, because I would love for this to be a community, like a conversation, rather than just a lecture every Wednesday. So I do want to be hosting these every Wednesday, and at 8 a.m. to 8:30, 9 a.m., however long we go, we could just talk, a lot of Q&A. Some of the topics will be advanced, some will be super basic. We're all at different levels, I'm sure, of our education and knowledge of this space. So if somebody wants to know what an NFT is, or what a smart contract is, at the very basic level, that's awesome. If somebody wants to put an NFT on OpenSea or on the blockchain, create a smart contract, then we could run through that also, another webinar. So I think that is, if you or anybody here wants to ask questions or know anything, there's the chat over here. I'm going to keep the chat open. I'm sometimes not good at looking at the chat and talking, but please, the chat, I think, is a good place to drop resources, drop links, drop videos. If you've seen something or know of a great resource that maybe all of us could benefit from, please drop it in the chat at any time and say, oh, this is a great resource, check this out. And I'm going to do that. I'll do that first. I have a taxes information NFT page I think is super helpful. So I'm going to share my screen and go to this right here. How are NFTs taxed? I think this is something that we should be aware of and should have on our radar, which is something I've virtually never heard any person on Instagram, Twitter, or any of those platforms talk about. But I guess it's important to note the IRS has not taken any formal stance on tax treatment of NFTs to this date. Some possible predictions is that it's going to be taxed as property with long-term capital gains tax that varies of 0 to 20%. And long-term capital gains means that you've held an asset or security for longer than 12 months. So if you bought an NFT for 5,000 and sold it in 2 months for 10,000, your capital gains would be 5,000, but you would be taxed short-term. So you could be taxed higher, up to like 37%, if that's the case. But alternatively, NFTs could receive a similar tax to stamps, antiques, trading cards, and the tax which would be the tax collectibles rate, which is higher and could be higher. But it's not really clear to anybody about taxes. But I think if we kind of just keep poking and learning and talking about all of these small details about NFTs and blockchain, I think that could be helpful to all of us. But I talked for a little bit now. I do want to open to Q&A, see what questions you have about blockchain, NFTs, and crypto. Does anybody want to be brave and ask a first question, and we can get a conversation started and just build on questions?
I'll ask something.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that I wanted to send you $5,000 in Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. How would I go about putting that on the blockchain? Is the blockchain active to where I would be able to do that at this moment?
So in your wallet, like in your MetaMask, you can send a crypto that way. And also on OpenSea.com, I now have this, what is this, the URL, if you will, I love you so damn much .eth. So anybody can go on my OpenSea and copy this URL right there, or copy this. If I didn't have this, everybody who has an OpenSea account, this is like a public address. And so that public address is linked to my wallet. So let's see so this in my wallet, this is my public address. So if you want to send me $5,000, I could copy this, and then I would send you that copy, or send you that public address, and then you could then go to your wallet and say $5,000 Ethereum, paste that address, and then send it to me. And it's essentially like sending something on Venmo.
All right.
And just to be clear, Matthew, that wallet that I have, or Ryan has, or anybody has, that they're sending from, it's any wallet, right? That they, like, I currently have a Voyager account that has, money in it with crypto and various amounts. So I could send it from there to you.
Yes.
I'm under that assumption. I'm still getting very familiar with all of it. And okay.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Yeah, sending wallet to wallet is similar to like sending through Cash App or Venmo. But instead of looking up Matthew Cendejas and finding my little picture and seeing that's me on Venmo and then sending the money, you just communicate with me. And even if you're on the other side of the world, you'd say, hey Matt, what's your wallet address? And then I would copy it and paste it to you, because anybody can have anybody's wallet address or public address, and that's okay. It's not, you cannot hack anybody with that public address. So you can send it to people willy-nilly. I mean, maybe not willy-nilly, but you know what I mean. And that's totally safe to do.
Interesting.
Okay, I have a question. I don't know if you'll have insight on this, but maybe, I don't know, over a year ago or whenever Ethereum was down at like 300, I kind of told my mom about it a little bit. And she was like, all right, I'll buy, 5 Ethereum. She hasn't sold any. So now that 5 Ethereum is worth, a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
She has it all on Robinhood.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't have a wallet.
Mm-hmm.
So she just owns it. So if she wanted to get that to the wallet, does that mean that she would have to change that into US dollars, pay the tax on it, and then buy it in a separate wallet? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and no, she wouldn't have to put it into cash and then put it into a wallet. From Robinhood or from Webull, you can connect or send the crypto from your Robinhood directly to your wallet, without having to convert to cash and then back to Ethereum. And there will be a little fee, but I think it's still worth putting to a wallet. It's more secure, more safer than the app, I believe.
That's active right now. So from this point, if she created a wallet, she would be able to send it from Robinhood to the wallet, you're saying?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, right now you just go to Ethereum, click send. It's pretty user friendly. In order to have a wallet, you do need to put it as an extension on a Chrome browser. So you can see up here, the little fox. You do need to go to Chrome and go MetaMask and download MetaMask, and it has to go onto this extension onto a computer in order it to function correctly.
Yeah, I've done all that. I just need to get her to do that now.
For sure. Morning, Eli. Good to see you here. Bianca, nice, some people tuning in.
Hey, thanks for doing this.
Oh yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
So I haven't gotten my Coinbase wallet on the desktop yet. I've just been doing it on my phone, and I know that it's more secure to get it on a wallet off of the app. So you just got to go on the desktop to do it. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
right?
So you can have a MetaMask on your phone. You can have the wallet on your phone. I didn't mean to say you only could access it on the computer, but it is nice having it on the computer.
I have my MetaMask on my phone, and I guess doesn't Coinbase offer their own wallet aside, like it's separate from MetaMask?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I haven't used the Coinbase wallet. Have you used it, and what have you thought about it?
I haven't used it, and the only reason is because I thought that you had to do it on the desktop. You can't just do it from your phone. But I think that's just Coinbase. I don't think that's MetaMask. And then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Jamin, did you have a question?
Yeah. So hate to take it back to the taxes thing, but how are they currently being done if you said that they're still being, looked at? Are people just not paying taxes, or what's going on with that?
Well, that's a good point. I don't know how much circulation there was of, from 2019 into people paying taxes this year. I really didn't hear or know how people paid taxes this year on it. If we go back to this, some considerations, right? To my understanding so far is that it could be possibly taxed as ordinary income, which would vary from the 10 to 37%. Or, I'm seeing other things just because this could be subject to self-employment tax rate 15.3. I mean, I see different numbers up here, and I see that could be taxed as property, and that was up to the 20%, or income, the 10 to 30. So I'm honestly not sure. But I know what is certain is there will be taxes to be taxed on it. And if you have Ethereum for longer than 12 months and then buy your NFT, that you will be subject to lower taxes. So it's about how long you're holding the Ethereum before you buy the NFT, is my understanding. For and then if you buy an NFT and then sell it, then once you sell it, that's when the capital gains will take into effect. But also to understand that you can, if you sell things at a loss, or buy an NFT and sell it at a loss, then that can help offset some of those capital gains, because that's like that's a loss. So you can help offset, right? If you sell an NFT over here, if we make $100,000, but then, you know, it's like a few months before tax season, you go over here and buy and sell an NFT at a loss of $50,000, you know, your capital gains would go down. So I don't know if that's a strategy anyone's using, but you can go buy and sell an NFT or something at a loss and help offset that.
Sweet.
Does anybody have any questions? Any of the new people, the Tom or Eli or Bianca?
So I'll jump in again.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, I have a Voyager account, and the only reason that I have a Voyager account is because a friend of mine messaged me a couple weeks ago and said, Mark Cuban's giving away $100 worth of Bitcoin to everybody who signs up, blah, blah, blah. So I signed up. And prior to that, I had never done any of this stuff. And so it was, and it still is, a pretty steep learning curve for me. And one of the things that I have found is I'm having a lot of difficulty navigating security and trying to, because my friend suggested that I get two-factor authentication through like Google app for my phone. And he said, oh, anybody can get in. If they can access your email, they can get into your Voyager account and steal all your crypto, and that's it, you're done. And you know, he just made it sound like it could be this terrible thing. And so what I'm wondering is if there's anywhere that it just doesn't seem like the security portions and Voyager in particular doesn't seem very intuitive in those regards, right? And I've tried to find YouTube videos on how to navigate the Google app for two-factor authentication, and I can't find anything. And of course, yeah, the struggle just is still here a month later. I'm trying to like get my arms around all of it. So if anybody has any suggestions or can point me to something, that would be really helpful. Or if this is a topic that you might cover, that'd be.
So I'm trying to fully understand you're worried about the privacy, or you're worried about
securing it in general, like on my phone, right? Because just having, like, if I lose my phone, right, and I didn't remember to log out of my Voyager or something, right?
Yeah.
How can I really secure everything as much as possible, like through two-factor authentication, through the secondary apps, all of these things? Like, how do you really protect your assets, whether it's through Voyager or through any other wallets? Like, how do you really protect your assets?
Yeah, I see a hand raised. Tom, do you have an answer for that?
Yeah, so the best way to go about securing your cryptocurrency is to get yourself a hardware wallet. There's different companies that offer these. The one that I use is Ledger. It's a really secure company that's based out of France. What you do, is you would take your coins from your exchange and put it into your hardware wallet. The reason why I would suggest this is because when you keep your coins on an exchange, you don't really have your coins. They're in possession of the exchange. So if anything happens to the exchange, it gets hacked, like it gets, there's a breach or something, you got to see if your exchange has an insurance policy on that. And most of them don't. I mean, Coinbase probably does, I think so, but a lot of these other ones don't. So that's why I would recommend like a hardware wallet, because that's how you truly have your own cryptocurrency that's secure and you don't have to worry about it. Like it's in your possession.
That's a great answer. Jamin, did you have something to add also on that?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was going to say. The only other thing I would mention is make sure to buy the wallet directly from the manufacturer. Don't buy it through Amazon, because there's a lot of stuff that could happen in, say, the warehouse. It may not be fully legitimate, so always buy directly from the manufacturer when you're getting a hardware wallet.
That's very good.
So this is where I get completely lost. Like, how is that completely, like, how is, I see, I'm like, now I'm just lost.
Also, I think, remember that the blockchain ecosystem, and I think really why we all like this, or one reason why I love this space, I should say, is I believe in the transparency and the trust of this. And when we are storing things on the chain, or storing things in MetaMask, or storing things on the ledger, I believe that it's a lot more safe and more secure than maybe our credit cards or our phones that we could lose with our Venmo accounts in there, and our bank applications. I mean, there's still risk that we walk around with without the crypto side of things. So I mean, I'm not saying just have full trust in the entire system, but also, like, so one way we could build onto the security of ourselves is to have the hard wallet. I think another way is to transfer the money from the account. Like earlier, Ryan asked about all the money his mom has on the Robinhood. Well, that could be transferred from Robinhood onto the MetaMask, and that is more secure than it just staying on the exchange. Like Tom.
Can I cut in here for a second, Matt?
Yeah.
So
please.
I believe that Robinhood, they don't actually send virtual currency yet. I believe you only hold a representation of the currency.
Right. They trade futures.
What was that, Ila?
They trade futures, so you're not exactly buying the crypto itself. You're buying in it's what he was going on. Yeah.
Futures. Okay.
So does that mean that she would have to exchange it into cash and then do it that way?
Yeah. So Robinhood, you don't actually own the crypto that you're buying. It's called futures, so it's just like a perspective, like you're trading on the value that the crypto itself holds, but you don't receive the crypto inside of their wallet.
So I know that Robinhood is putting out a wallet very soon. Do you have any idea if she'll be able to, in that way, just put it from, I know she doesn't own it, but maybe since Robinhood has a wallet, she'll be able to transfer it to that wallet? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about their wallet yet.
Okay.
It's currently not an option, but they're working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I've used Webull, and that's what I've used before. I've actually never used Robinhood. I assume they're the same, but there's one thing that I had incorrect so far. Cool. Thanks for coming together, team. That was great. Tom, is your hand up right now? I can't tell.
Sorry, I forgot to put my hand down.
Oh, no worries. There was a question in the chat about mining, and a few things I know about mining, and maybe Eli wants to help me out with this, is you can get different mining systems. There's ASIC mining, there's GPU mining, different little mining rigs, if you will. Some of them are like, the size of this in my hand, and some of them are bigger. Some of them look just like your router box in your house. Helium mining rigs is something that I really wanted to get recently. The demand is so high with Helium. You're mining that coin, Helium coin, and you can look on the Helium Explorer network online and see how much people are getting, even in Arcata. There are people mining Helium, and you can tell they're getting $200 to $400 a month from their mining rig. And to my understanding, the Helium mining rigs are less than $10 a month in electricity. Eli, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But there's
No, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's what.
No, I say yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's just one mining rig, right? To mine Ethereum. Or I mean, I'm sorry, to mine Helium. But to mine like Bitcoin or Ethereum, those rigs are much more expensive and much more processing power, take more electricity. And I know less about those type of rigs. Eli, do you know about mining maybe a bigger coin like Ethereum or Bitcoin?
What I do know right now is that the GPUs currently, there's such a shortage worldwide that to even start to make a profit from those is going to take a while. And especially with Ethereum, we might not even have enough time depending on how fast they move into ETH2.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not even make a profit at this point if you were to buy a GPU and start mining Ethereum.
And a GPU is what is that again, Eli?
That's a graphics processing unit. So any computer has them, but for mining specifically, they're like very heavy on GPUs. So you need a really good one, and those are extremely expensive right now because there's a worldwide shortage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last time I was on eBay and looked, it was like the GPUs were like 30,000 for those Bitcoin or Heliums, and then Bitcoin and Ethereum. But the Helium mining rig that I wanted to buy recently, that was only $500. So you can get little mining rigs to mine certain coins at low costs. You can get a mining rig, an A6 mining rig to mine Dogecoin for 3,000 right now, which is more affordable than 30,000. But then you're mining Dogecoin instead of mining Ethereum or Bitcoin. Another thing to take into account when mining is that every coin has a supply cap. I believe every coin, like Bitcoin, there's only 21 million Bitcoins that were created, and there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins. And so when a creator develops a coin, they develop the supply cap, right? So that there's a cap to how many people can, how many coins there are. So that's why when Eli says there's only so much more time to mine Ethereum, because Ethereum will be all mined at a certain point. I don't know if that's, do you know when all the Ethereum will be mined by, Eli?
Well, it's more so they're just developing Ethereum 2.0, which whenever that, if and when that does occur, my belief is that they're moving from proof of work concept to proof of stake. So the mining will become obsolete when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're just moving their entire foundation of their ecosystem over to a new proof of work. You know, it's now proof of stake at that point.
Proof of stake is where you own like the cryptocurrency like Ethereum, and right now the minimum to have your own staking situation is 32 Ethereum, and if you have that much, you can put it on the chain and use it to power the system, and you get a small percentage back from how much you put up to stake. And I believe it's anywhere up to 5 to 8%. And you don't have to have 32 Ethereum. You could have less than that and get into staking pools. I know that Coinbase currently offers staking where if you put up your Ethereum, you can get 4.5% return on all the Ethereum that you staked, and they'll pay that back to you as soon as Ethereum 2 launches. And I think that's predicted to be sometime in June or July of 22.
And so when you do stake an Ethereum or any other coin, when you stake them, does that mean you cannot use that Ethereum in the future ever again? It's like locked, or can you unstake it? Does anybody know that?
You can unstake in the future.
Yeah.
Is that a cost?
Generally on the Ethereum blockchain, everything unfortunately is charged with gas fees. So generally, when you stake and unstake anything on the Ethereum blockchain, you're going to pay Ethereum gas.
Plus, if you're staking yourself and you have your own staking situation, it's kind of like mining. And if your computer that you're staking from goes offline, there's penalties with that. So you could potentially lose the ETH you're staking if your mod goes offline, so to speak.
Interesting. Does anybody know about mining other, or I mean, staking other coins than Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Yeah, I stake inside. I don't know if you know about DAOs.
Or what is that again?
Oh, DAO?
Decentralized autonomous organizations. And so they usually not usually, but a good portion of them have their own tokens, and you can actually own some of their tokens through DeFi, decentralized finance, and get it on different exchanges. And then you can stake inside their ecosystem and get a reward of anywhere between, depending how new it is and how many people are staked, anywhere from like, a few 1,000% APY all the way up to like a couple million % APY for your staked amount of whatever coin.
Wait, that's a huge number.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
And what is savings accounts and what are
Like 3% APY on savings accounts, I think.
Did you say million APY?
Yeah.
What?
It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's almost like unbelievable.
Yeah, there's you can research the financial back end of a lot of them, and there's a few actually pretty solid ones that have been around for a little while now that have proven to be pretty good.
I just wanted to mention too something about decentralized finance that I thought was really cool, and this is something that I've actually been investing in myself. There's these decentralized marketplaces like MakerDAO is one that I use, and it's basically where you can get a loan with your own cryptocurrency as collateral.
Good.
And basically, like, say you put down like 5 Ethereum as collateral, and you can get like a $2,000 loan. So you have that paid to you in a stable coin, which is DAI, and you can choose to invest that in something else, or spend it on whatever. And the loan that you have, if the value of your Ethereum drops below what you loan, so like $2,000, then your loan gets liquidated. But if it keeps going up, like the value of your collateral, you can keep pulling more out of that loan. And it goes up a certain percentage too, like until you pay off your loan. So like there's fees as well. But I think it's really cool because instead of going to a bank to get your loan and stuff, you can actually do it decentralized using your cryptocurrency. And I've actually made a good amount by doing that.
Wow, I had no idea about that. That's so cool. And what coins did you are available for that?
You could do it with Ethereum, Chainlink. I think there's some other ones too. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it gives you options to use various different kinds of cryptocurrencies as collateral. I think most of them are on the Ethereum blockchain.
Amazing.
I have a question, but it kind of takes us back to mining.
Yeah.
If that's all right. So you said that there's a mining rig out there that you can purchase that's $3,000 and it mines Dogecoin, right?
Yes.
Let's say I have $3,000, to spend right now if I wanted. Is that an idea? Is that risky? Is my landlord going to be mad that I'm using a lot of electricity? Like, can you kind of run through what that process would be like if I was to buy and start?
Yeah, so as I go on eBay and I see some of these mining rigs that are available, I put in Dogecoin mining rig. But one thing you said was, is your landlord going to be mad? I mean, these are totally legal to have in your house, and a lot of them don't take a lot of electricity. I mean, they look just like you're a nerd with a whole bunch of technology and computers on the side of your desk or in your closet or whatnot. And another thing you asked was, how much. What was another thing you asked?
I'm just curious about the process. So let's say that one right there, that 3 GPU crypto mining rig,
Yeah.
3,500. Let's say I buy that. Do I need to hook that up to my PC, or is that like a standalone like object?
So that is a very good question, and I don't know if anyone else knows where these get connected to. To my understanding, it's not more complicated than it getting Bluetooth to Wi-Fi and connected to the wall.
So I don't need a certain like level of PC to be able to use this thing.
I mean, high Wi-Fi I've heard is really helpful, but from my understanding so far, depending on the rig and depending on your Wi-Fi connection and how fast, and if you have faster Wi-Fi, it'll
Well, I
be
imagine you'd use an Ethernet cord, right?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
An
I think
Ethernet
yes.
cord, Eli?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll make
Mhm.
about $3 per day with that 35, and that's $3 from Morgan. That would be like $3 in Dogecoin, correct? And on the chat to the right.
Oh, on the chat to the right. Oh, you will make $3 per day with that. Oh, in Bitcoin.
$3 per day, and but isn't that for mining Doge? So you can mine Bitcoin with that?
Well, I typed in mining Doge, but this
Does it
doesn't
matter?
specifically say. Just might be.
Yeah, you can mine anything that uses a GPU. Any of the coins you can mine with that rig. But if you use a mining calculator, you can actually put in what GPU you're using, what your electricity cost, which is about 34 cents a kilowatt here with PG&E, and calculate how much.
Do you know what that runs like per day by chance, or per hour? I just don't know. I let's say if I purchase this, I just don't want my landlord to be like, well, the electricity is up, $800 this month.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know what that's.
Okay.
I'm sure
I
it's.
could figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a math problem.
Yeah.
But
Say, what was the problem again, Morgan? It was.
so you're paying $3,500 and you're getting a mining rig with 3 NVIDIA 1070 Ti's. The 1070 Ti is a really low graphics card, and it's only going to give you about 98 cents a day from each one of those
Mm-hmm.
after your electricity costs. So your profit is going to be $2.89. Yeah.
Okay, that makes it better.
After estimated 34 cents a kilowatt, just based off of PG&E.
So I would be able to, do a math problem, figure out how much that is using, and recoup my landlord for that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but if it's not too much, then you could always slide by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I'm just like, I don't know if it's gonna add, $100 to the electricity bill or $1,000. That's just where I'm totally clueless. Do you have like
that one rig isn't gonna, I mean, my wife and I added a few computers because we're working at home now, and it didn't really change anything with PG&E.
Okay, so it's like running a computer basically. It's just like
Oh,
running
it's
an extra
exactly like
PC.
running a computer, and it's definitely gonna depend on what kind of wattage power your power supply is. You could go with a 400 watt, especially with those 1070s, or if you get into like a 3070 RTX or something like that, where you're actually going to be making more money, you'd want more like a 1,000 watt power supply.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty expensive, I think.
So, like, do you have the estimate there where it's $3 per day with that $3,500 rig? Let's say, you mine that for 100 days. So now you have $300 worth of Bitcoin or Doge or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So then let's say, after that 100 days, the price doubles of Dogecoin. So now that would be worth 600 in a way, right? Or, okay.
Yeah.
So as it goes up, okay. Do you know what coins you'd be able to mine with something like that? Is there like a limit, or can you kind of figure it out and work on any coins out there?
It looks like.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, Morgan, do you know the limitation of the coin
I don't.
I don't either.
Okay.
But earlier, Morgan, did you say something that you can mine many different coins, right? Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know that, but
Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, Ravencoin, Bitcoin Gold, Feathercoin, Dogecoin, and Litecoin, just the first ones on this list off of Google.
Uh-huh.
Very cool.
And really any GPU mining rig, you got that list available.
I can actually put a link to the calculator if people want it.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So the one that you were looking at, that was $500. Did you say that you'd only be able to mine one specific coin with that specific mining rig?
Yes, that was one specific coin. That was the Helium. I'm trying to find what it. So
Matt,
yeah.
look up Bobcat right there, right under the. Okay.
Wait, which one?
Bobcat. It's the first link under the videos.
Okay, wait, let me go down here. Bobcat. Right here. Okay, there you go. Bobcat, that's the name. Yeah, so these, let me get out of this thing. So yeah, these little guys, mine just HNT, which is just Helium. And I'm trying to see if I can get to the network.
Are you looking for the map?
Yeah, do you know where it is, Eli?
Yeah, you can just type in Helium map on Google. You'll find it.
Oh, pardon.
If you're mining, I would imagine you set up your wallet and it just goes straight to your wallet.
Yeah.
Somehow. Yeah. And do you pay taxes on that? I guess we don't know yet.
Yeah, there's different mining taxes that are separate from crypto capital gains taxes.
Does anybody here mine currently?
Not at the moment, but I have 3 Helium miners on the way right now.
For sure. The one that Matt was trying to get? And wasn't able to.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I have 3.
God, Eli, you dog. That's epic.
3 of these Bobcat ones that he's looking at.
Okay.
I'm so hyped for you. So look, so I typed in Helium network, and I'm scrolling into Arcata. Look at Arcata and McKinleyville. There's literally people with these rigs, and you can scroll down.
Oh.
And like look at all these people in Humboldt rigging up, and it's totally public. Like you can see how much these people are getting.
What does the 4 and 2 mean? What is that?
There's 4 rigs in this area.
Okay, 4 rigs. Gotcha.
And you can see Rich Hemp Wolverine, Tart, Pebble, Parakeet, Fit, Jade, Yeti. Oh my gosh. So these are the 4 people that are mining in here. Eli, do you want to say anything else about this little network?
About the network?
Or just about how this, like if you were to get a Helium and just put it up, if you were to put it up in like a 2 versus a 4 spot, are you?
Oh, right. Yeah. So yeah, their whole ecosystem is based around spreading their network in an efficient fashion, right? So each one of these little grids, these little hexagonal sections here, there is a specific range in which you make the most money using these rigs, where you are a certain distance away from any other miners, but also a certain distance within their range so that you can connect to them. And if you put them too close, their whole mission is to spread their network through. These are hotspots, right? So they use hotspot mining. That's why they're not GPU oriented. And so the whole point of their hotspot network is to spread their network. So they disincentivize anyone for having like 2 or 3 or 4 of them within the same home by giving you a lower payout.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually get a better payout by spreading out the network in an efficient fashion. So if you were to get a miner and put one, like nearby, maybe those 3 that have 222, and it's kind of over by HSU right there. If you were to put one over in, if you were to put one in a new hexagon right outside of those, you would probably get a better payout than if you were to put them inside the hexagon.
Do you see any, should I have any hesitance in purchasing a mining rig from eBay compared to from like a legitimate company or business?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little more rough with GPU units just because like some of the companies are maybe like Chinese companies, or and they don't, like, it's technically illegal over in China now. So they can't really host a website. And yeah, there's a lot of it's kind of, I don't know, I don't have experience buying any of those types of mining rigs, but I would assume that it's a little harder for them to have an official website that you can purchase from right now.
Okay. Where if I wanted to, go about researching and buying a rig myself, do you have a recommendation of how I should go about doing that? Should I, yeah, I don't know.
No, but Matt, you should get Akib in here sometime.
Oh yeah, who's that? Akib?
Yeah, you know who Akib is?
I might.
He has a mining company out here called Redwood Crypto, or I think it's Redwood Crypto. But yeah, they do Bitcoin, Ethereum, Helium, all bunch of different kinds of mining. That's his specialty for sure. I could shoot you his number if you need it.
Yeah, please do. I'm gonna write that name down.
Yep.
Thank you. And that's in Humboldt County. He has that.
Yeah, he's like our age. I'm almost sure you know him, bro. Like,
okay, yeah, I just might not know his name, but
yeah.
I definitely do. The face, probably.
Yep, yeah.
Cool. Also, Ryan, my friend, Semple, Semple, he just went to Iceland. He stopped by in Colorado first, and through a couple of people he knows in Colorado, he went to this store and met this owner of a technology store, and he sells GPU units and he sells different mining rigs through that store. And I'm wondering where in Colorado that is, but I'm gonna follow up with Jordan on that and see if I could get that contact to you, and maybe you could even go to that place and talk to that guy about the mining rigs.
That would be cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna write that down really quick too. Does anybody else have a random question about not necessarily mining, but just anything in particular of the NFT crypto? Or
are there any insurance companies out there for like protecting large crypto transactions that are interesting? If that makes sense.
Not that I know of. Has anybody heard of anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Just a question in my head.
Yeah, fully. Does anybody own NFTs or trade NFTs or creating NFTs? I know we got some artists in the house. Bianca, what's up?
So I just released my first 2 NFTs, and I'm pretty new to crypto in general. I've just been doing some research over the last like 4 months or so, and I've been trading some coins, but there's still a lot to learn. And with NFTs, I'm working with a friend of mine, so she's going to be getting a 20% cut of everything that we sell, just because I don't have the time to set up a wallet properly and whatnot. It's super worth paying somebody, and then everybody wins. But I guess my questions are like, we have a contract for what would happen if the original sold, and then what happens if royalties sell in the future and whatnot. And we're using Ethereum. I don't have, so I don't really even have a question. I just, this very new beginning for me with NFTs. I was like, I guess, okay, yes, I have a question. I'm not sure if we're doing proof of stake, or I know one is uses more power than the other. And I don't know if there even is an option when selling the NFT. I just don't want to be contributing to so much awful environmental degradation. So that's why I waited so long to even release any. So whatever, and I'm using OpenSea, which aren't they the most environmentally friendly of all of the platforms?
I know they're the most popular. I don't know environmentally friendly wise. I don't know how to answer that, but I do know with Ethereum, it's moving from proof of work to proof of stake with the new Ethereum 2.0, and they're really working on decreasing those, the carbon footprints and whatnot. There's a lot of information and news and headlines, in the last year about, it's so bad to mine, and if you invest in this space and you're contributing to carbon emissions and all that stuff. But there's a lot of people in this space working to stop that environmental footprint from happening. And Ethereum is really working on that new proof of stake system is going to dramatically decrease that the carbon footprint. But when you're selling NFTs, or when you do sell an NFT, I mean, you don't feel any guilt for contributing to emissions, or when you sell, it doesn't necessarily spit some gas in the air or anything. I don't know how that can correlate to carbon emissions just by selling, but if you're mining Ethereum right now, then maybe you could feel a little guilt because you're contributing a lot. But if you're not mining Ethereum, you're just using OpenSea.
That's so funny. Oh, okay, so I'm seeing the chia is one of the most eco-friendly mining methods. You're so right. I've been hearing all of the things, and it sounds like the general consensus is that people don't want to contribute to climate change, and there is a lot of effort going into. But I think I read an article that was talking about how OpenSea tries to offset some of the way they power their servers through renewable energy. So that. Yeah.
Oh, can I find your project here? What is your project called?
Oh, so for this first one, it's called PAM.
PAM?
Yeah, PAM.
Oh wait, before I should have went like this. Hold on. I wonder if I could find you. Is it this one? No, probably not, right? I wonder how I could find you. Eli, if I'm looking at somebody or trying to find somebody, do you know a better way than just typing in the first thing is Pam, but it's not coming up?
Dude, it's pretty hard. The fastest and easiest way is wallet address, but that's not easy to just speak out loud.
That's true.
You can also search by the collection name.
I just put it in the chat too.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I don't see it in the chat.
Did I?
Oh no, I don't see it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't do it to everyone. Okay, here we go.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of have these silly little characters that I see in the clouds or shadows or whatever, and I'm trying to be playful with these guys. I'm not very serious because I kind of just feel like the whole metaverse is so silly, so I'm gonna make silly.
Wait, Eli, now that I have the address, do you know where I put it?
Oh, she just sent the URL, right?
Oh wait, yeah, and can you see this when I pop this up? All right, it's on a different window.
If you're doing it through the search bar and not through the URL, maybe positive pink Pam.
Positive, I love the words there. Okay, here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Positive Pink Pam. Woo, 2.5 Ethereum. I'm gonna buy it right now. So let's see. So you created this. Is this your art right here?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're doing a collection. So there's going to be 10 colors. We've got yellow, mellow yellow, optimistic orange.
I love it. Freelance artist living in San Francisco. Nice. Details, great. You put it on the Polygon. So if anybody was to buy this, then they wouldn't have to pay a gas fee.
Well, there is a gas fee, but it's in Matic, which is extremely cheap.
Okay. So there is still a gas fee when buying and selling with Polygon.
Yeah, there's gas fees on every network, but Ethereum is expensive. Everything else is like when you purchase an NFT on Matic, it's like, or on Polygon, you pay like 0.005 Matic.
Okay.
And Matic is only like $2.
Okay. And then when you do that, you have to purchase the crypto Matic and then put that into your wallet then to have that available?
You do have to transfer your Ethereum over to Polygon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it's being sold for Ethereum.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So cool. So if I wanted to, you can. So the activity thing is something that is really helpful if you wanted to look for NFT projects that are like, if I wanted to look at the Bored Ape Yacht Club, or if I wanted to invest in a new project, or somebody posted on Twitter or YouTube about, oh, this is a great project, it's releasing right now. If you're watching this, you should go and check it out. If you're like, think that this might be a great thing, and you go to the site, you can go, I'm just using Bored Ape as for example. If you go to the activity on any of these NFTs on OpenSea, you can go and see exactly what was bought, how long ago. Look, 10 minutes ago, this person right here sold one of those Bored Apes, and that person sold it to this person right here. And this is just another way of how transparent and open all of the blockchain, or at least this NFTs is. And like, we can now see exactly who was buying and who is selling to who. And if you follow Jay-Z or Snoop Dogg, you can have Snoop Dogg and Jay-Z bookmarked, and every day look at their OpenSea and see what they're buying. And if you want to buy projects that Jay-Z and Snoop Dogg are also buying, then you just hover and shadow their accounts and look at what they're buying, and maybe buy some of the things they're buying because maybe they know something, or maybe they're going to buy something and hype it up, and then you'll be able to sell it or something. Oh, thanks, Laura. Laura just said, thanks, everyone. This is a great group, and I'll see you next week. I'm interested in creating NFTs. Awesome. I know we just hit 9 o'clock. Maybe I'll ask if there's any last questions. But this activity thing, the activity, don't be shy if you want to invest or you want to get into the NFT space. Check out the activity and some of the projects out there.
I guess before everyone takes off, is if there's any, I haven't done much like research into NFT projects yet, but I'm going to start. Are there any that you'd recommend just looking at, just to, I don't know, to have a good cause or anything, just for me to start at?
Eli, what would you say to that one?
Or even type it if you could. That's not too much to ask.
I'm not really sure, man. I have a Discord where I help people out with projects. The whole thing about NFTs is like, it moves so fast that you kind of need to know like when they're dropping before they drop, in order to like actually, I mean, unless you just want to buy one and hold it long term.
Well, I'm more of looking just to I don't know, get a better vibe of what NFTs are, because I'm pretty damn new to NFTs. So I'm not really looking from like an investing standpoint. I'm more of just like, okay, so this is what and like a NFT is. Like I get kind of what it is, but like I don't know specifically.
I suggest, Ryan, if you looking, so when you poke around on YouTube and Twitter, I mean, Twitter is a great place to follow accounts and follow people that are hyping their different NFT products up. I mean, I started a new Twitter account and only follow NFT projects, and I'm like going there and I look in every day and see, like, type in the URL or click on all these URLs that I'm seeing. It's like, oh, buy my project, buy my project. I mean, people are really flaunting their products out there, and some of them are scams, some of them aren't real, some of them are fake Bored Ape yacht clubs that look just like the Bored Apes, but there's one, letter off on the URL. So you got to be really careful with your research and making sure you're on, real legit pages. But Twitter I mean, I think is a great place to just look and start learning and talk to people that are credible and follow credible accounts that are going to lead you to a good direction. I think that is a great place to start.
Okay.
And I'm also going to put in this here, my Discord, right there. That's my Proactive Panda Discord. I'm going to create, I have a few different little things in there, but I'm going to create more so in between these weeks of what we're, talking for an hour every Wednesday, but we could be in the Discord talking to each other every day about, different, you can type in different YouTube videos that you've seen, or share resources, share links, share new updates, share projects. I would love to buy some of Bianca's NFTs someday, and I am about to launch an NFT project, and it would be really cool if anybody out here would buy some of those NFTs. I'm going to have some really cheap, and I'm going to have some more expensive, but I think that if we all want to support each other, I mean, that's one way to do that, is buy each other's NFTs, even if they're really cheap, and that would be just super cool. So I think, one goal, one idea I have of this is to spread knowledge, spread information, share what I've learned. Another goal I have is to buy and sell each other's NFTs and support and uplift each other. And another goal I have is possibly start a company someday in the future where people like us, maybe someday we'll start a company that are either consulting NFTs, buying and selling NFTs, helping businesses create NFTs, helping the world understand NFTs. I mean, I don't know where this is going, but I want to just stay in the space, and anybody who wants to stay in the space, keep talking. Please copy and paste that Discord and send it to your email, open your email on your phone, because it would be nice to have the Discord on your phone. So however you do get that Discord link on your phone and download the Discord app, I would love to just keep talking with y'all in between these sessions. And that Discord is how we'll do it. But is there any last questions before maybe end today and see y'all next week?
So I got a quick question about creating NFTs, if anyone knows anything about this here. I heard that you can, when you create your own NFT, if that gets sold to another person, like the creator of the NFT can get a certain percentage off of that every single time that it switches hands. So like, say you put 5% every single time someone sells it, no matter what price, you get 5% of that. How do you go about doing that? Does anyone know how to do that?
Yes, I do. And I'm gonna just share this really quick, 1 second. So when you're creating an NFT, Tom, and you're on OpenSea, and you go create new item, I'd put the image here, create the name, put your IO link, description. But once you get down here to I forgot where it is, there is a place in here where you're able to say your royalties. So when you are creating this, that is where you'll say, 5% royalties, 10%, 15%, and you get to choose that number.
Did you do that when you made yours?
Oh, what was that?
Sorry, go ahead.
I just said, did you do that when you made yours, Matt?
Me, I haven't actually put any of my pandas up yet, but I'm going to put 10%. And I've heard on YouTube people putting 15% and 5%. I don't know. I just like 10 because it's the whole number.
So I helped a friend of mine create an NFT and I had problems locating that. I wasn't able to figure out how to get a percentage for him for every time it switches hands. So I just wasn't sure if any of you guys knew definitively how to go about doing that.
I remember watching a YouTube video of somebody and it was just one of the options here. I mean, now I'm not seeing it here, but it's my understanding it wasn't hard to find, but now I can't find it. And you used OpenSea, Tom, to do that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you can look up my friend's collection right now. It's Fruity Loops. If you go up to the search bar.
What is it? Fruity Loops?
Yeah. Just type in fruit. No. ROO.
Fruity Loops. Isn't that like a music program back in the day?
Yep.
The one.
It's FL Studio now.
Oh, it's FL Studios. Well,
No, that's not the one. Hold on 1 second. I got.
sorry.
You got some hip hop knowledge over there, Ryan?
Huh? Just words.
You got some hip hop knowledge, dude.
Was it Loopy Fruits or hold on 1 second.
Awesome. Bye, Kelly. Thanks for saying bye. Thank you.
Oh, it's actually Loopy Holes. LOOPYHOLES.
HOLES.
Yeah.
Whoops, I should have went like this. This one right here?
Yep, that's the one.
One item.
Let's see it.
So it's a GIF that he created. He likes doing animations and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's cool. How time just floats by.
Cool.
That's cool. I like that. But dang, to answer your question, I don't know. I thought it was much easier to find and locate and do when you create it, but now I don't know what to say. But maybe I'll look into that and get back to you next week though, Tom.
For sure. Thanks.
Yeah, because I'm gonna create my NFTs and put them up, and I want to be able to easily find that too. Cool. Any other questions before we get out of here? Sweet. Well, I'll say it again. Copy and paste that Discord in the chat right now and send it to yourself and put it on your phone and download Discord on your phone if you haven't, so we can talk through the week and just keep the communication going. But thanks for everyone being here, and I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. This was awesome. Thanks, everyone else. See you next week.
See y'all.
Bye.
Later, everybody.
Later, bro. Thanks for hopping on.
Yes, sir.
Later, Daniel.